Hello, Clean Water Nation. This is Gary Steinberg. I have my old school clean water t-shirt on here. That was one fun time in the long history I had with clean water. I was a canvasser, a local organizer, a researcher. I was the person that led the development of the canvas from one crew of people in Washington, D.C., with five folks going out in the winter to eventually 40 offices and 1,000 staff people, reaching millions of citizens around the country for clean water and allied organizations. And I'm currently still doing one of the things that brought me to clean water and that I love, which is kayaking and spending a lot of time in nature, including I work part-time with the Maryland Park Service as a kayak instructor, a kayak tour leader, and a naturalist. And that's a lot of what brought me to clean water. In the process of running rivers and doing some geology, I saw places that were magical and beautiful, and I saw places that were extremely polluted to the detriment of the environment and also the people that live there. And one story, which turned out to be a success for the Clean Water Act, was on the North Branch of the Potomac River, about 150 miles west of here. The Potomac at that time was beautiful and clean in the South Branch, lots of fish, lots of people that lived close to the water there and had a high quality of life. We're just over one mountain ridge to the north on the North Branch Potomac. The water was so acid polluted that nothing lived in it, and the air was so polluted from a pulp mill that it smelled like rotten eggs from miles away. And people had to live right there with the polluted water and the odor and the pollution coming from the pulp mill. I'm happy to say that fast forward many years later, as a result of the Clean Water Act, the Clean Water Action worked with and strengthened over the years, the North Branch is now a clean stream. And one illustration of that is that our own Chris Bathurst, expert trout angler, a couple of years ago caught trout in the North Branch. And trout just like clean water. They got to have clean water. And so I just appreciate Clean Water's work on the North Branch and in many other places around the country that's helped improve the quality of the environment and the quality of people's life in those places. And when I came to work with Clean Water and first met Dave Zwick, his vision that we could make democracy work to protect our people, to protect the planet, and to create a more just world really resonated with me, thinking about that story on the Potomac River and other places, that the problem was that polluters had too much power and people didn't have enough power, and that we could change that by reaching out to people in key places around the country and making things better. Now, to do that, one thing I love about Clean Water is the people that I was privileged to work with and to share my life with over the years. And, you know, it is really a great fortune to work with people who share your values and do work that you both deeply believe in. One thing that resulted from that was a collaboration with sister organizations. And one of the sister organizations was also doing organizing using door-to-door canvassing, where I was so lucky to meet my wife, Liz. And so that's a very fond memory, obviously, and a wonderful thing. And there are just so many people and organizations that we got to work with. And I think it speaks to Clean Water's values and strategy as an organization that starting with Dave Zwick and following many other people I got to work with, that Clean Water has been an organization that plays well with others. And we've developed campaigns and capacity and won on important issues for people, not only as Clean Water, but with the League of Conservation Voters, the California League of Conservation Voters, labor allies at Working America and AFL-CIO, and just very proud that we have been able to work with such a diverse and wonderful number of people and organizations. And I think one of the things that helps us succeed is that we both set high goals. One example being there's no goal higher than the zero discharge of pollution goal in the Clean Water Act that David and others helped adopt in the early 70s. And that in looking to reach those high goals, we do the hard analysis and have the kind of strategy and tactics that enable us to win, and that we have the courage of our convictions. One example of that is in my local area here, when in 2003, the entire environmental movement was endorsing the Republican Connie Morella, the incumbent member of Congress in this area. And she was okay, and for a Republican, pretty good. And by today's standards, phenomenally good. However, this is a very progressive district, and we knew that people here would support someone that could be even better. And so we bucked the conventional thinking. We supported Chris Van Hollen for Congress, and he won, in large parts thanks to our grassroots effort, and obviously went on to do a lot of good things, is currently the senator from Maryland. And I'm proud that in many places around the country that we had the kind of analysis, we knew how to count, we knew how to get to 50% plus one to win an election. And it's made a real difference in the quality of people's lives and environment all over the country. And so I'm excited that Clean Water will celebrate this 50th anniversary, keep doing wonderful work all over the country, and wish everyone the very best. Take care. And cue the dogs.